Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Loft. My name is still Kazi, even though I've been away for a long time. And this is episode 7. And in this episode, I'll be telling you guys about the time me and my friend Hannah had to press charges on a guy at City Hall. And we might be going to court for it. It's really funny, but not that funny. We were kind of scarred for life when it happened. So I guess, yeah, honestly, it wasn't that funny. But now that when we look back at it, it's pretty funny. Also, not gonna lie, I did kind of give up on the podcast and everything. I thought I was gonna kill it as soon as I came on, and I know that's a mistake everyone makes, but I don't know. Everyone thinks they're different too, right? But I guess not everyone. Everyone's got to go through the same struggles as everyone else, right? It is what it is. But yeah, now I'm here and ready to hopefully try and do this again. I'm still really bad at technology and stuff, so we'll see how that goes. Also, if my voice sounds a little raunchy, it's because I'm still really sick, and I don't know when this will stop, but hoping soon. I feel like I'm getting better, so that's good. Well, yeah. Ooh, also, next week's episode, I'm hoping it comes out next week, but some shit went down on the 23rd of this month. You guys are gonna be shook. I don't know why I said shook. You guys are gonna be shocked. It was just a lot. I'm not gonna use anyone's names or nothing like that, but ooh boy, did I learn a lot. Okay, you guys know I'm all about being nice and oh god, and not taking anyone's shit at the same time, and I don't know, forgiving people and not holding any grudges, and ooh boy, let me tell you, I've got a huge grudge now. I have never hated anyone until that night. And I laugh about it right now, but it was terrible. And so many people were there to see it, to see why. Sorry, I'm slurring my words now. To see why I have such a grudge against this person now. And I feel like it's justified because everyone witnessed it and no one can call me crazy for it now. I'm kind of happy about that, but I guess it's just what I needed to be done with this person. Anyways, let's get into the story about the time we had to press charges. Alright, so this was in a couple weeks ago. We went to City Hall. We weren't really doing anything that day, but I was like, hey, I haven't posted anything on Instagram in a long time. I just wanted to go out and take some pictures and see if anything good came out of it, right? Well, actually, that's not exactly what happened. We just wanted to check out City Hall because we heard it was I've been here for 21 years or 20 years, and I've never checked out the little courtyard at City Hall. If you're from Abbotsford, you know, or if you're from Abbotsford or around, you know what I'm talking about. So we're hey, let's just go there. And we did not realize there'd be so many crackheads there, first of all. That's the first mistake we made. We did not take that into account. But there's also a lot of families who were oh, maybe they're just friendly crackheads, you know, your friendly neighborhood crackhead or something. Guess not, because we're just there taking pictures to get a pretty sick picture out of it. But nonetheless, we're taking pictures and we see this gazebo thing and we're okay, let's just, that looks sick. And then my friend Hannah, she wanted a boomerang because it looked pretty cool. We started doing the boomerang and everything, and all of a sudden, this guy okay, hold up, maybe I'm not telling the story properly. I need to slow the fuck down. Okay, so first when we got there, we're taking pictures, and we heard this guy screaming, and we're okay, that's weird. Okay, when I put up this episode, I'll put up pictures of when we saw this dude screaming, and you can see the face. I was how scared I was, in my face. I was terrified and so confused why this guy was screaming. But nonetheless, we did not think anything too much of it. We're okay, he's gonna walk away, no big deal. And it looked like he just got off of work, like he's a construction worker or something. That's what it kind of looked like from afar. Like we couldn't see him properly. So we, like I said, we didn't think anything of it. Keep taking our pictures, keep taking our pictures. Then we go to the part where the gazebo is, and we see that he's just sitting there with like friends. Like one of his friends was in a wheelchair, one of the other ones was like way older. So we're like, okay, maybe he's just a family man. Like a crazy family man that's a crackhead. This whole incident will show you how unaware of our surroundings we are. Still did not think anything of it. Kept taking pictures. We see the guy that was screaming coming up to us. I'm like, Hannah, he's coming. She's like, what? I'm like, Hannah, he's coming. And she still didn't get it. I was like, all right then. And then we just like, we're like, oh yeah, did you finish the project or whatever? Like something about school. Mind you, I don't go to school anymore. But she's still in university. So I was like, okay, yeah, totally finished it, killed it, whatever. This guy comes up to us and he's like, hey, you girls want to play slap box or slap pole or something like that? I'm like, what? And then he says it again. He's like, do you guys want to play slap pole or slap box? And me and Hannah look at each other. We're like, what the fuck is this guy saying? And then he says it again. And we look down and his penis was like, his dick was out. And we're like, what the fuck? And then we look at each other, and not even in like a split second, we booked it to my car. I'm so used to like going into the passenger side. Like I forgot that it was even my car. That's how like scared I was. I went into the passenger side, tried sitting in there, and I'm like, how to open the door? She's like, bitch, you got the keys. So I had the keys. I opened it. I get in from the passenger side and then jump into the driver's side. I was so scared, and we just sat there and we're like, did that just happen? And the guy's still in front of us and he's looking at us like, he shrugs his shoulders and he's like, what? And we're like, what the fuck? And I was like, we're not crazy. He's crazy. Like, I know what I saw. And then she's like, like, okay, here's the thing, guys. How do you show us your penis and act like we're the crazy ones? And then he looks over at his friend and he shrugs his shoulders, looks at us like we're crazy again. And then remember I told you about the guy that was in the wheelchair? This guy books it out of City Hall. Honestly, it was like a movie. I was so surprised. I only thought this stuff ever happened in movies. Anyways, back to the story. Now we're sitting in the car. This guy's looking at us, shrugging his shoulder. He's like, what the fuck? Because like, I guess to him, he was like not doing anything wrong. Remember I told you like we thought that he was a crackhead? I'm pretty sure he's still a crackhead. Anyways, yeah, like we sat in the car and we're like, we need to tell the cops because like there was kids around too, and we're like, okay, if he can do it to us, I'm pretty sure he can do it to kids. So then we ended up driving all the way to the police station because I didn't want to call because like, I don't know, like I just felt like it wasn't, there's other issues that are more intense that probably an operator would need to, or a dispatcher would rather take, than some guy showing us his dick wanting to play slapbox. So City Hall is right beside the police station and the library wherever we live. So I was like, okay, you know what? We'll just drive there. We drove there. I was shaking the whole time. And you guys know I have pretty shitty anxiety. So I was shaking the whole time. Like, I was like fumbling my words, whatever. So we ended up calling the dispatcher, I guess. I don't know, the operator, whoever you call when there's an emergency. 911. So we ended up calling. And not gonna lie, the lady was kind of a bitch, guys. Like, I remember she was like asking us what color, like how short his hair was and stuff. And he had pretty long, like he had medium length hair, right? Like, if you've ever worked in like hairdressing industry or whatever, like you know what short, medium, and long is. But I guess this dumb bitch did not know that. It's not her fault, but she screamed at me because I was like, I don't know if it's long, I don't know if it's short or medium, and she just got really mad at me. Anyways, so yeah, but here's the funny thing. We actually recognized this guy from a place we used to work at because he used to come in there drunk all the time, and he was hella creepy. So, we didn't tell the operator that. We just waited till the cop came to tell him who he was. Anyways, what am I saying right now? Sorry, guys. I got distracted. So this guy walked off. He didn't come back, but we knew he left his backpack there. So we knew he'd come back eventually. But when we got to the police station, there was no one there. I guess they closed at 5. I thought crime never stops, but I guess they closed at 5. Anyways, after we called the people, I don't even know what they're called. I'm so out of it right now. The people, 911, call them dispatcher, operator. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what the actual term is. We call her and she sends the cop to us and everything. The cop was so dope, not gonna lie. Like, he was so funny. He made everything so much better. So funny. We actually talked about this podcast. He knew about it. I was like, okay, all right. But anyways, so we talked about like just a bunch of stuff. But that was when we caught. Okay, I'm going too fast. So this guy comes back while we're talking to the cops, and we're like, oh, it's that guy. And we showed him the picture of who he was, because like, I'm hella creepy when it comes to finding out information. And like, I've seen this guy before. I bet I can find him on Facebook or something. So I found him on Facebook. Showed the cop who he was. Okay, this will show you how old this cop was. Like, he looked young, but I know he's old. You know how? Instead of asking for a screenshot of it, he took a picture of my picture on my phone. Like, what? And my screen was cracked. He did not give a fuck. He's just like, it's okay, I'll take a picture of your picture. I'm like, do you want me to screenshot and send it to you? He's like, it's fine. But I knew he just, I don't know, whatever. Anyways, old people. But as we're talking to him, we're like, oh, that's him right there, because we saw him walking back, because obviously he had to get his backpack and stuff. So then the cop goes and arrests him, and apparently his dick was still out. His penis was still out. So I guess that was all our proof we needed. And here's the thing, guys, we weren't going to press charges or nothing like that, but except for the fact that there was kids around. And on top of that, after they ran his profile, they found out that he's done it 3 other times and no one's pressed charges. I'm like, clearly he hasn't learned his lesson. Also, when the cop arrested him, he like flipped him and like kneed him in the back, and this guy goes, I know jiu-jitsu. And clearly that didn't help him, because he was on the floor. And the cop's like, oh, you think it's funny showing your penis to other girls? And like, see, I'm laughing about it now. It's because I've taken so much, like, I don't know. It's just funny right now. But anyways, he ends up arresting him. We were so scared to see him because, I don't know, we're scared that he's going to think we're a rat or like staking him out. But it's just like, you kind of just showed us your penis. So, and there was kids around. That was my main thing. My main thing was because there was kids around. And I love kids so much. Kids and old people. Like, give me your grandma and give me your newborn. Like, that's how much I love them. But anyways, so I ended up pressing charges. We were kind of hesitant at first, but then we found out the rest of his like past and stuff, like how he's done it 3 other times and like he's been caught like jerking off and everything. Then we're like, okay, you know what, like this guy clearly hasn't learned his lesson. Also, we found out that he's homeless. But here's my thing. I knew beforehand that he's not actually homeless. I know he doesn't pay rent and that he like gets kicked out from places. That's on him at the end of the day. As mean as that sounds, that's on him. Like, he's choosing to do these crazy things. Like, he's been arrested by cops before and no charges were laid. Like, he had his multiple chances, right? Also, at least he has a place to stay now, I guess. I'm kidding. yeah, but like it just wasn't cool. And but anyway, so we ended up going in to a separate room after we decided we'd press charges, and we had to do our statements and everything. And then my other friend did her statement, and we were told if he pleads not guilty is when we'd have to come to court. And if he pleads guilty, we don't have to go to court, and he'll just get like probation or whatever, parole. I don't really know the terms. Says me, and I took criminology in university. Anyways, but yeah, so like here's the thing, it's been 2 weeks, we haven't gotten any phone calls. We haven't gotten any updates, so I'm guessing he pleaded guilty. I mean, he would have no choice but to plead guilty. The cop found him with his dick out. So yeah, anyways guys, that's my story. It wasn't as interesting. Like, I guess you'd have to be there to find it interesting. Also, I'm sorry for my voice sounding so grungy right now. I keep replaying this stuff and like it just sounds terrible. I hope it's better by Friday, because on Friday I'm gonna be interviewed on a radio station, and I hope I don't say or anything stupid on there, because I know on here it's like my podcast, I can say whatever, but the last interview I did, I ended up swearing. I said fuck and shit and like a bunch of dumb stuff, and it was my first ever TV interview too. And I just hope, because this is not on camera or anything, it's just a radio station, that I'm not going to say anything stupid. I won't be as nervous, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. Thanks for listening, guys, to my little story. Hopefully I can tell you guys everything that happened. Actually, I might leave some parts out, because for the sake of this person's privacy and his friend, only because I still respect his friend a lot. And I feel like he's a good dude at the end of the day. But this other dude, no, but I'm not gonna use his name anyways, but he doesn't deserve it. But yeah, I'll tell you guys that story. And if anyone ever thinks my stories are not true, like the one I'm gonna tell next week, because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, there's no way. There was like 12 of us and they all were like, yo, this dude's lying, straight up. But honestly, it was just a stupid like situation. It was at like 4 a.m. But I'll tell you guys that all next week. I hope you guys stay tuned. I don't care if 10 people watch this, 5 people watch this, or like my first episode, almost 700 people watched it. Now I'm at like 100 something. I honestly do not care. I feel so much better after recording this. I don't know why I stopped, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week. And I might not be doing every Sunday anymore, because work schedules, everything. If you guys don't know, I work 2 jobs. I work 6 days a week. It's hard for me to have a life, and I want this to be a part of it. So I might not be able to do it every Sunday. All right. That's about it. I'm gonna get going. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your guys' day. I'll see you next week.